Have you ever felt like you've hit rock bottom? You're trying so hard, putting in all the effort, but everything just seems to fall apart. It's a lonely place to be, where you start to question everything you've ever done, feeling like the universe has completely abandoned you. In those moments, it's easy to believe that all your work has been for nothing. But what if I told you that the very thing you see as a total disaster might actually be a blessing in disguise? What if your worst day is secretly paving the way for your best day? There's a powerful story that illustrates this perfectly. Imagine a man, the sole survivor of a terrible shipwreck. He washes up on a deserted island, completely alone. Day after day, he prays for rescue, scanning the horizon for any sign of a ship. But nothing. Days turn into weeks. To protect himself from the elements and have a place to store his few salvaged belongings, he works tirelessly to build a small hut from driftwood and leaves. It's not much, but it's his. It's his shelter, his only sense of security in this vast, lonely wilderness. One day, after scavenging for food, he returns to his small settlement only to see his little hut engulfed in flames. Thick, black smoke billows into the sky. He's devastated. Everything he had, the one thing he built with his own 2 hands, is gone. He drops to his knees in despair, crying out, "How could this happen? I've lost everything." He's convinced this is the final blow, the ultimate sign that he's truly cursed and abandoned. He spends the night filled with grief and anger, feeling utterly hopeless. But the next morning, he is awakened by a sound he has unheard in ages, the sound of a ship's horn. A rescue ship has arrived. As he's being pulled aboard, he asks the captain, "How did you find me? I thought I was completely alone out here." The captain looks at him and replies, "We saw your smoke." The fire that he thought was the greatest disaster of his life, the fire that destroyed his only shelter, was actually the very thing that saved him. The smoke from his burning hut was the signal that guided his rescuers to him. This story isn't just about a man on an island. It's about all of us. How many times have we been in a situation where something we cherished was suddenly taken away? Maybe it was a job you were laid off from, a business that failed, or a relationship that ended unexpectedly. At the time, it feels like your world is crumbling. It feels like your hut is burning down. You see the flames, you feel the loss, and you can't imagine how you'll ever recover. All you can focus on is the destruction, the pain, and the unfairness of it all. But just like the man in the story, we often can't see the bigger picture. We're too close to the fire to realize it might be a signal. That job loss that felt like a betrayal. It might be the push you needed to finally start your own business or find a career you truly passionate about. That painful breakup. It might be clearing the way for a relationship that is healthier and more fulfilling than you could have imagined. That failure you were so ashamed of. It might be the very lesson you needed to learn to achieve a much greater success down the road. Life has a funny way of working. The things we perceive as endings are often just beginnings in disguise. The universe might be closing a door, not to punish you, but to guide you toward a different one, a better one. The problem is, we are so focused on the closed door, banging on it and wishing it would reopen, that we don't even notice the new one that has just opened up for us. We so busy mourning the loss of our little hut that we do unsee the rescue ship on the horizon. Think about it. The most successful and inspiring people in the world often have a history filled with what others would call failures. They got fired. They went broke. They were rejected time and time again. But they didn't let those burning huts define them. Instead, they unknowingly used the smoke from those fires as a signal to pivot, to learn, and to grow. They understood, either in the moment or in hindsight, that sometimes you have to lose something good to make room for something great. So, the next time you find yourself in the midst of a crisis, when it feels like your world is on fire and you've lost everything, I want you to remember this story. Take a deep breath. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or lost. Those feelings are valid. But try to hold onto a tiny sliver of faith. Ask yourself, what if this isn't the end? What if this is a signal? What if this painful experience is actually a form of divine redirection, pushing you exactly where you need to be? Help is often closer than we think, and sometimes the very thing we believe is destroying us is actually the thing that's saving us. We just can't see it yet. The burning of the hut felt like the end, but it was the beginning of his rescue. Your current struggle might feel like the end, but it could be the start of your greatest chapter. Trust the process, even when it's painful. Don't be discouraged when your hut is on fire. Keep your eyes on the horizon, because you never know when your rescue ship is coming. It might just be drawn in by the smoke. Thanks for watching. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content to help you navigate life's challenges. Remember, you're stronger than you think, and your next great beginning might be just around the corner.